Hello! Hi from China. It is, I think, like March 13th. We have now been here for a month in China, so this is our 1 month update of kind of what has been happening. So, what's new, Jen?
Well, the first thing we have to talk about is, for the first little bit, we've been struggling with food, not gonna lie. The Chinese cuisine is very different here. There's a lot of vegetables, and you have your meat and rice with everything. But it's been hard outside of school, and even in school, I guess, to have things we liked. But
for all of you that know me, I am a super picky eater, and I don't like pork. And pork is in pretty much everything here.
It really is in everything. Anyways, we found a little family restaurant that we've been going to. There's a little 3-year-old boy.
So cute. He is the cutest little boy ever. We go there probably about once a week, maybe.
Yeah, once or twice a week.
Once or twice a week. And the food is really spicy, which I find odd. But anyways,
it's delicious.
The food is good. It's just spicy. And we go there, and there's like this little boy, and he's so cute. The first time that we went there together, Jen gave him stickers.
So then the next time we went there, he got really mad at me because he's like, oh,
yeah, give me stickers.
I don't have. He's like,
yeah, he got really
Anyways,
mad.
it was so cute.
It was funny. And like that day, the time we went back the second time, I walked up to the restaurant without Jen because there was miscommunication regardless. And I thought that she was there and she didn't get my message. So I like walked up to go see if she was in there. Mm-hmm. And he like saw me and like came out of the restaurant and like looked at me and like was like, and like was so like forceful, like pointing towards the restaurant, like get in, like I want you in our restaurant. It was the cutest little thing ever. And then because Jen wasn't there, I like left and like started to walk away, and he's like and like came back and was like, you need to come in. It was so cute. It was the cutest little thing ever. And like we saw him today, we went into the supermarket, which is like near
we saw this little boy playing with one of the little shopping carts, and all of a sudden we're like, is that the same little boy? Like, and it was. So it's kind of nice because it. Yeah.
And like when he saw, like, I don't know if I didn't see his reaction when he saw you, but he
his eyes lit up, and it's like,
and then like he saw you and like was looking around, and then he saw me and he was like, and he like his eyes like went bigger. It was the
and then we high fived him because Madeline's taught him how to high five. So. So now every time he sees us, he like high fives us, and then like tonight he went yes, like clear English. It was just so cute.
Yeah, it was so cute. So that's really good that we found that little family restaurant. It's fun.
It's kind of like our little beacon that God put there, so that's kind of nice because it's a nice little family restaurant. Like I have Weigo now, so for anybody who comes over to China, make sure you download Weigo, Weigo. Honestly, because it doesn't need data. You just hover over the Chinese characters and it translates it.
And it's amazing.
Yeah, it's really good. So like you don't have to worry about other translating apps because it's just like picture.
Yeah,
it's
right there.
So
so that's food. I have trouble with food. We don't eat as much as we should. Although honestly, that isn't that big of a surprise because I thought I would have trouble with that. As on the topic of food though, we found bakeries. So for those of you that are coming 2017, there are so many bakeries. It's ridiculous. So we live in Pudong right now, which is kind of like it's not the center of Shanghai at all.
We are like one stop away from the center, like the beginning of the center of the inner city.
We're not in a touristy section. We're not where other Westerners are. We are kind of on the outskirts. We are just outside of like the city center kind of area.
We're far enough that it's like life slows down just a little tiny bit, which is really nice.
And like we never ever see any other foreigners in our section at all ever. Like here in our little town, I never see anybody. No. Or like in our little section. But in our little section, there's 1, 2, 3, there's 4 bakeries.
Just like around like
where we go.
A block. Like a block. I'm pretty sure there's probably more if we went down like
a different road or just went a different way. Like there's 4 that we go to on, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 if you count like the one that just does cakes and cheesecake. So there's like 5.
We found cheesecake, by the way, so don't be worried. If you were a cheesecake fan, you can get cheesecake. It's good.
Yeah. So there's bakeries. So, like, be prepared. There are bakeries. And, like, they're fairly inexpensive. Like, normally you can get something. I think the most that I've ever paid for something at a bakery is, like, 15 yuan.
Yeah, and that's when you get cheesecake. And, like, you expect to pay more for cheesecake even in Canada. But still, that's really cheap. Like, you divide it by 5. That's, like, $3 for cheesecake.
Yeah. So I mean, like, it's not that good. So also on that kind of line, coffee. I was kind of worried about coffee. I brought a lot of like Via. If you watched my packing video, I brought a lot of like Via Starbucks individual things. And I only do those on my days off. Every other day I like go and get coffee at like a bakery because there's so many bakeries, and most of the bakeries have cafes in them. And like I go to one like every Friday right across from my school, which is like, it's like an hour commute for me to get to my school. There's like a bakery that's like right there. And I get like a little treat and a cappuccino most days, and it's like 20 yuan, which is like $4 Canadian for like a little baking treat and like a cappuccino. So like as far as coffee goes, coffee's pretty inexpensive. 85 Degrees is another like bakery coffee place. You can get, they have like this roast hazelnut coffee for like 14 yuan for like a large one. I get that on a fairly regular basis. For those of you that are coming next year from Acadia, there's one right on North Sichuan Road.
Sichuan,
If you get off at exit 2 and walk to Pasacan office, which you will all have to do because you're going to have to go there for orientation, there's an 85 Degrees on the left-hand side by the CNA. So schools, I go to, let me see, I have one school that I go to on Tuesdays and Fridays with 10 classes. And then I have one school that I go to on Wednesdays, and I go to 4 classes at one campus. And then I was supposed to be done, but the second week in, William at Pascan called me and asked for if I could do more classes, and I said yes, which I am kind of regretting now. And I have 4 more in the afternoon. And the reason that I'm regretting it is because the 4 more that I have in the afternoon on Wednesday afternoon are not a very good school. They're very naughty. That is the wording of the Chinese teachers. They call them very naughty classes.
Very British.
Very British. Yeah, everything there is very British. So I have that, and then I have a hobby class. I have a grade 8 writing class on Thursdays down near West Nanjing Road. And then I also teach 2 Pasacan classes. I teach a grade 2 class and a grade 3 class on Saturday. So that's my classes. I definitely like, my favorite are the school on Tuesday and Friday. I am the first Western teacher there, and I teach the grade 6s, and they are very welcoming. I think because I am the first Western teacher, they want me to really feel welcome. So they kind of make an effort to talk to me, which is nice because some schools are not like that. So I love that school. I love that there's a little bakery across the street. I love going to that bakery. Maybe I'll have to film it one time. I'll see. I don't know. I might not be able to because there's clearly a sign that says no cameras on the door. So I might not be able to film it. We'll see. So that's my schools.
Some schools you do have to make more of an effort to talk to the teachers. Just because they're really busy with their days, like they're usually in with their classes, so that's why they're grabbing lunch like really quickly, or they even take their lunches to their classrooms to eat. But my schools, I am at 3 different schools. I'm not quite as many schools as Madeline, but we still have about the same hours. I'm teaching 7 grade 1 classes, 8 grade 2 classes, 1 grade 4, 1 grade 3, and an after school type program. So it's kind of like extra classes for these kids at the school they go to across the street, and then that's a small group grade 4 and a small group grade 5. Like Madeline, I have a school that I prefer because they do talk to me more, and I'm like in an office with the 4 or 5 other teachers, so they make an effort to try and talk to me a little bit, or you know what I mean? So,
So I guess the point of that, because both of our favorite schools, is the one where they talk to us. So for advice for those of you that are coming in 2017, you'll hear it from Dr. Greg. You'll probably hear it from other teachers as well, and you're going to hear it now from us. Make an effort to talk to the teachers.
And that even means at lunchtime, don't sit by yourself. Like maybe the first couple times you might not feel comfortable because you're just getting used to the school, but if there is a local teacher that sits in with you in one of your classes you recognize, make that effort to go sit with them, because I know that's made a difference at my other school that I wasn't like talking to as many teachers, and it's just different because now I like started sitting with this local teacher, and like my lunch hours has been going better. Like we kind of joke around and stuff. So just like Dr. Greg and Madeline and now me, we're all saying, make sure you at least try to talk to them. Like, you may not go out with them to do different things, but getting to know them helps because
it makes your life at the school so much nicer.
Makes your life school better. There. They can tell you places you should go, and like it even helps like with getting to know them for when you're with their classes. Also, another thing is you were generally the only foreign teacher at that school. So that's one thing we figured out is like Busan is just around the corner from where we live. So I teach all the grade 2s, all the grade 1s, and then the grade 3s and 4s. Not all of them get the English. Like, it's only a select grade 3s.
Get the conversational English.
Conversational English. Sorry, I should correct that.
From English from a foreign teacher where you're talking, not from English from a Chinese teacher.
So just be aware that that's why there are also different levels for that reason. So if you are teaching grade 5s and 6s, that could be a reason why.
And you might be the first teacher in your school. Like, so my school that I have on Tuesdays and Fridays, which is my favorite, I am the first foreign teacher here. They have no qualms about staring at you.
No qualms at all. Like, let's just go on to that one. Like,
yeah, let's go from schools now to staring because they will stare. The very, very first night, I don't remember. Oh, yeah, I think I did this. I talked about this in my first, like, day 1 update. I said how Crystal said on, like, our first night, don't worry if they stare. And she was right. They stare all the time. Well, we were on the subway last week. Or no, like 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, and I caught a guy trying to take a picture of the two of us. Like, flipped his phone to the side and was like, and it's like Madeline. I was like, he's taking a picture of us, and she's like, oh my gosh, you're right. And so she just goes, well, if you're going to take a picture, like...
Yeah, like, I'm like, if you're going to take a picture...
have a good one.
Yeah, like, have a good one. Like, here, we'll smile for you. Like, if you're going to take a picture of us, like, we will smile for you. So then he, like, took an actual picture of us. And then I'm like, no. If you take a picture of us, I'm taking a picture of you. So I took a picture of him. If you're on Facebook with me, then you've probably seen that picture and heard a little bit of the story. But yeah, he just full on stared. We were at U Gardens one time with Dr. Greg.
And there was a person taking a picture of us, taking a selfie. Like, it's the strangest things. Or like when I was on the subway and I told Madeline when I came, I was like, there's a guy, and he was just like, went like this. He was staring at me. And then all of a sudden, like, the pole that he was holding onto, he went around the other way to like get a better look at me. And it was like, yes, I am white. I have brown hair, like light brown hair. Used to be blonde as a kid. But anyways, it's just like... Yes.
Yeah, and, like, I get it all the time, too, with, like, my blonde hair, and, like, I never thought that I was super white, as bad as that sounds. Like, I never thought that I was really pale. I feel differently now that I am here in China. They stare at you all the time. It's just a common thing. And, like, you think eventually they'll get used to it, that you won't be a novelty anymore.
Yeah.
But then you realize, like, Shanghai has over 20 million people. Like, I've heard as many as 50 million. I don't think that's that many, but, like, I've heard definitely over 20 million in the city. So when you're walking around, like, you don't see the same people. You literally see different people every single day. So it's not like they can just get used to you being there. It's all new people.
Yeah.
So that's definitely interesting, having people stare at you.
The cakes are really good here. Just to go back to food just for 1 second. You do have to try the cakes. Go to the different shops and just see the different designs. Oh, we haven't gone to the U Gardens at nighttime yet. So that's one of our next plans, is to go see the lanterns, because that's something really pretty. We're also going to go to Pearl Tower and
eventually
do all those things.
That's the reason, partially the reason why it's taken me so, like, why I did a 1-day update and now it's a 1-month update. You are really busy the first little bit. Like, I mean, I have 18 classes I have 21 classes, and 18 of those are grade 6, but I still am busy all the time, and, like, it's, like,
we're just always lesson planning all the time. Like, she differentiates for the different grade 6s that she has, because they might be at different levels, and I have, like, 6 different classes, but then I'm also planning, like, basically 8 different lessons in a week.
Yeah.
And they're all different styles, and it takes it doesn't take a long time, but it takes a little bit just to get used to the style of lesson planning. But then, just as, like, a light at the end of the tunnel for you people coming in 2017, it does get easier. And
find your style. Find the way that you want to do it. The first lesson was... the first couple lessons were definitely the hardest, of, like, how I wanted to teach and, like, how I wanted to do things. But now, like, I teach grade 6, so I do like a what do you see. So I mean, you'll probably get, those of you coming in 2017, you'll probably get our curriculum or our lesson plans just because Dr. Greg collects them. So like you'll see if you look at my lesson plans, I do a what do you see at the beginning, and that's just to like make them talk at the beginning, and like and then you get into your routine, like you do like the same things every single class. And it just works that way.
The biggest advice I could give you if you have lower grades like me, like I have grades 1s, 2, Madeline doesn't. For me, it's always establishing the teams really quickly and so make sure you have the points. And like I've actually used one of the tips that Pascan gave you, which is not to just do tallies. They get more excited when it's flowers because it's like, oh my gosh, I've earned 4 flowers for my team. And they like it when you do like signals. Like I'm gonna show you right now, guys. You're gonna laugh at me, but like if I tell them they're a panda, it looks like a zombie, like pandas. Anyways,
I don't do that obviously because I'm grade 6, but even my grade 6s, I do like teams, and I like.
You really have to be animated here.
You do, like I run up and down the aisles, like I move, like because I mean they're in like rows, right? So I like move up and down the rows all the time. I put my teams in I put them in teams, and like a lot of times like I name their teams, like we just did transportation like last week, so this week I made them be in teams, and they had to choose a team based on like a type of transportation, like car or maglev or gondola, and I made them like stand up, and I went like maglev team,
exactly, like the different
like,
pitches that
maglev team,
yeah,
or like train team, and I just do that, and they laugh so much, and a lot of times it's really weird, I don't know why I do it, but a lot of times I go like tuck team, and they just find it hilarious, and I started to give them points if they copy me and are animated, and they just find it hilarious, and they laugh at me, and I laugh at that, like at myself, and I laugh at them doing it, like
you just
it's
really,
just so much more fun.
You need to make it a little bit more fun for them, because even for you, like if you feel like it's wearing on you, going like repeat after me. Like, well, you don't say repeat after me, but you go like, this is a train, or this is a helicopter, like,
or like,
it gets boring.
You use a tuk-tuk to travel. 1, 2, 3, go. And then you hear them say, you use a tuk-tuk to travel. Like, it gets boring eventually.
Like, even
so, like, change it up.
Yeah, and for the younger grades, one advice even a Chinese teacher gave me was make sure you have a song. It really does make it easier for the grade 1s and 2s. The grade 1s especially, like grade 2s you can get away with it as long as you're doing like pictures and stuff, but honestly have some sort of little video in there, even if it's just like 2 minutes, like it just helps put things together, because then they have like a little song, and it just keeps their attention better and your lesson flows better, just as a big advice to give people. So you will go to the fake market.
Oh yes, fake markets. I will probably do a vlog just on the fake markets. Later on. I think I have it on my list of fake markets, but don't buy everything on the first day. No, don't do it. Don't buy something because you're desperate. I bought nail polish remover and I paid way too much money for it because I couldn't find it anywhere else.
And be prepared to walk away, because there are different fake markets. This is just a tip. There's different fake markets. Make sure you go with the price in mind. That's the biggest thing, because you'll be bartering with them, and then you'll be like, oh wait, that's actually too high. Like I did that myself with a pair of Toms that I was getting. Like I realized I probably paid maybe 20 RMB too much. Not that it's a big deal in Canadian dollars, because that's really only like $3. But if it's something else, you could be making a mistake. So just make sure you get either the Shanghai Fake Market app. There is an app for it. Or Dr. Greg will send you a website. That's really the only thing we want to tell you about right now, because as Madeline said, she is going to do another vlog on it.
Maybe we'll do it together. We'll see. Kind of.
We'll even maybe show you like a little bit of like what one looks like, so you have like some sort of concept if you guys are interested.
So that's a little teaser for later on. I will give you
foreshadowing.
We'll do a vlog on fake market. Hopefully, maybe I'll just video it or record it and end up putting it on when I'm back in Canada and actually have time.
To end off with, though, I think we should just say that we found a church here. Me and Madeline are both Christians, as many people do know. That's a big thing for us. So if there are any people who are going in 2017 who would like a church to go to, we go to the Shanghai Christian Fellowship. It's a really nice church.
It's off of line number 1, Hangshan Road. If any of you, or even anybody else that maybe we don't actually know but is planning on coming to Shanghai, and wants advice, like, you can message us about it or whatever. I know I was really worried about going to a church.
I was too before we left, because we had heard stories like, you gotta be careful, like,
and like the website, even like the church that we go to, every service, they say you have to be a foreign passport holder to go to it. We joined like a small group through them, and like even in the email it says like you have to be a foreign passport holder to do it. So like I was worried about it just because of how like regulated it is. And I must say, like, I was thinking this today, because today's Sunday, so we were in church today, just how thankful I was that I made the decision to actually go to one. It was kind of on like a whim. It was just like one Sunday, 2, 3
which
Sundays
I
ago.
was very thankful that Madeline
She did, Jen, like, she was just like in her room, not really wanting to do anything, and I think you weren't feeling good that day.
Yeah, I was sick.
And I was just like, Jen, let's go to church today. And so we went and have been going for the last 3 weeks. It's been really good. Today was the 3rd week. It's been really good. So thankful that God kind of like gave me the push to ask to go that week, and that we actually kind of found this church, because now that we've found multiple friends there now that we talk to, and like it's a great way to connect with people. We go to a small group through them, which even if you're coming in the 2017 and and you want to do a small group, I mean, we've only been to one week of a small group, and already I can tell that it's going to be beneficial, even though we're only here for 4 months. Do it. Like, just connect with people. It's great. Even if you just see them once a week, it's great to just have that friendship that someone that's not that you came with. I would highly, highly recommend it. It's really good. Very contemporary, very international. Anything else?
Rain boots. Sorry, guys. You need to get rain boots.
And a good umbrella.
Because mine broke like 2 minutes after I bought one. I paid like $10. I was like, oh, I got my little sunshine yellow umbrella. And then it was like, it broke because a big gust of wind came. I was actually so sad.
It was very sad when that happened. But rain boots, you don't have to buy rain boots before you come.
No.
I bought rain boots here within like the first week when Dr. Greg took us to the fake market. I bought them. They were actually right here. I bought little hunters, little black and pink hunters, which are amazing.
But you do need them because
you do need them because they will get wet.
It does rain.
So bye. Thanks for watching this video. I should be posting it. It's the 13th now, so hopefully I post it soon. We'll see how that goes. Since this is our 1 month update. But yeah. So thanks for watching our 1 month update. Bye from China.